Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to a pair of replays in the Soviet Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank, the IS-6, as you can see here. These are going to be a couple of high damage games, or reasonably high damage games, that I have for you today, and also going to try and give you an idea of the kind of requirements that one needs to meet in order to get an ace tanker in this thing. It seems to be a very popular machine, and a machine that people do very well in. So here we are on, we're top tier, this is a tier 8 game, so kind of best matchmaking you're likely to get, and we are here on Cliff, and I am not going to the valley because the problem with the valley is that when you drive down there, it's a little bit better since they opened it up slightly, but driving down there, unless you're in a very mobile machine where you can get to E2, E3 and up that ramp, driving down there means that you are kind of trapped, basically. You don't have options to go somewhere else as the battle dictates. And so instead I'm just taking the high ground. I mean, the IS-6 for a heavy tank is reasonably mobile, but it's not lightning fast. And that was a little bit cheeky. Yeah, it's not lightning fast, and that guy hit me with HE by the look of it. It's not really fast enough to go into the sort of E2, E3 region. Nah, it's never gonna pen. And he successfully manages to snipe my commander's hatch and kill my commander. But it's mobile enough to get into a position such as this. AMX 1375, missing a whole chunk of his health. And so the nice things about the IS-6 are basically the premium matchmaking. You will never see tier 10 games in this tank. Combined with the reload on the gun, when you bear in mind its alpha damage of 390, so you have, for a tier 8 heavy tank, very high DPM. This Pershing's using the 105mm howitzer for some god-awful reason, hence he's firing high explosive. And Pershing's on 38 health and Cromwell finishes him off. So yeah, you have, for a tier 8 heavy tank, high DPM, although you do have to put up with low penetration for that and bad accuracy and bad soft stats, but high DPM, Jagdpanther gets there first. Good all-round armour, and limited matchmaking, as I say, and respectable mobility, if not fantastic. Gun depression fail, trying to get a shot on this VK, there we go, and Cromwell once again finishes him off. Which that Cromwell seems to be doing quite a lot of. So I've picked up 1 kill thus far. I take a shot in my side, quite possibly from one of their tank destroyers or maybe artillery. Either way, I don't really want to stay here all that long. I want to get moving. Chiri is dead. My kill. And there's a Lerva over there, thinking about whether I should head back or not. And I'm thinking, probably should. There's an IS-3 going back. It'll be fine. Let's help out these guys against the Tiger and the Carnarvon. And you can see, you know, the IS-6 moves along at a good 30-ish kilometers an hour without too much difficulty. I think its speed limit is somewhere in the region of 35, which is respectable, if not outstanding. And it's just all round a pretty nice package. Now, as I say, the things you do have to bear in mind are that the view range is utter garbage. It's 350 meters. The gun is not very accurate and has low penetration. I mean, it's your standard 122mm Russian mid to high tier, or mid tier-ish heavy tank gun. 175 pen, 390 alpha, bad aim time, bad accuracy. And it's basically the same gun that you also see on the Chinese tanks, the 112, the WZ-111, and the T-34-3. It's basically the same gun, except the Chinese tanks fire heat ammo as their premium ammo. But on the IS-6, it gets the best gun handling characteristics of all of those machines, which is nice. Aiming up for a shot on this Tiger. There we go, 373 into him. And as I say, the alpha damage on this gun is very satisfying indeed, as is the DPM for a heavy tank. 361, although these low damage rolls are kind of getting on my nerves. But meh, there we go. C'est la vie. Can't see the Tiger anymore. Oh wait, there he is. 418, a high damage roll, hurrah. And the Tiger's dead. And so's the Burt. And then I've got flanking shots into this FV, 362, and there's just this FV and the Dicamax remaining. I mean, this was a bit of a brutal game. 383, can I pick up the kill on this guy? I'm probably not going to get to the Dicamax in time to pick up a kill on him. And this VK stock, bless him, he's nowhere near as mobile as a fully upgraded VK would be. He's got the stock turret. You know, poor guy. There we go, Dicamax is dead, and that was the game. And, you know, that ended up being enough damage for a high caliber award, which was nice. And enough for first class mastery. And the second game is going to be, again, a high damage game. In fact, it's going to be a higher damage game. But it's just going to be showing you how hard it is to get Ace Tanker in this thing. So take a look at the post-battle results, and then we'll jump into game number 2. Here is game number 2 on Redshire of all maps. Not really the best map for the IS-6, but whatever. Try and make it work. Not really the best map for any heavy tank, but as I say, try and make it work anyway. So, if you do find yourself in a heavy tank on this map, basically end up most of the time going to the 9 and 0 lines to try and push things through. And I say it's a particularly bad map for the IS-6 because this map is one of those that kind of, well, not as much as it used to, but it kind of does benefit tanks with good view range and guns that work well at range. The IS-6 is blind as a bat, and its gun is basically a baseball bat. Two sorts of bat. Oh well. It's a bludgeoning machine, there's nothing subtle about it. So, anyway, just having a look around to see who's coming with. Not seeing a vast amount of support, but we've got a few people going over here, so hopefully it should pan out okay. And the ones we do have going over here, you know, they're some of our top tier machines, so hopefully that won't be too bad. So there's myself and this other IS-6 called Mario Bros. Awesome name, by the way, dude. Ooh, Nashorn. And there's Soviet accuracy for you. It's alright. I'm sure I'll fully aim a shot at some point and completely flub it. That's how these guns work. Nice shot from the other IS-6 from Mario Bros. Not quite sure how he managed to get a penetration. Sweet, T-28 down. Nice. Assuming he was engaging from the front, but maybe he wasn't, I don't know. Either way, that's one enemy, tier 8, dealt with. Now this is an encounter game, so the cap circle is at E4. And hello Nashorn, I remember you from earlier on. Mario misses, I make the mistake of aiming this shot, and it's a mistake because someone else just picks it up while I was spending 3 years aiming. Oh well, never mind. Alright, we're 2 tanks ahead. Good start. A lot of the enemy team appears to have gone to the capture circle, which is not really a great plan. Ooh, nice ammo rack from Mario Bros. It's not really a great plan because you announce to the enemy team where a good chunk of your team are. It means they're not really fighting, they're just sitting there, and generally speaking they'll get shot up. So, taking fire from the ridgeline, I had a shot on the move at the KV-85, but, you know, shot probably didn't even land in the same postcode. And there's an E-25 who just took some fire. Have a shot at him as he's backing off, but nah, I don't hit. I'd have been lucky to hit, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. And we're now winning 3-1. Well, it seems to be going okay. Or 3-1, I should say. Try and put the emphasis, or the emphasis, in the right place of the sentence. But there we go. AMX 5100, why he's gone to the cap circle, Lord only knows. But never mind. See if I can put some shots into his side. 5100 is a very dangerous machine, as that Churchill is finding out to his cost. But I don't have any shots. Or maybe I do, maybe it's just a... No, I'm aiming the other side of the rock, and if he comes out, I'll nail him, hopefully, like that. There we go, kill number 1. Scoreline, however, is now 4-4. They have pulled it back, and they are managing to cap. Which was not expected, I'll be honest. So, taking aim at this IS-3. Side of a turret of an IS-3 can be problematic, but that shell found its mark. And I'm moving up here trying to, well, fight it out in the capture circle. That seems to be where most of both teams, or where most of the enemy team at least, are. And suddenly we're losing 5-7. It appears that basically their tier 8s, or a couple of their tier 8s, and 7s have romped their way through our tier 6s, and hence the scoreline is no longer looking too friendly. So, KV-85, I take a hit from him, but I put in a much bigger one. Bounce the Hellcat without too much difficulty, and again, line up a shot on Mr. Hellcat, who really should be getting out of the way, because otherwise that's going to happen. Alright, so, that KV-85 has been dealt with, so it's basically the guys in the cap point now. And at this point, I'm feeling reasonably confident. I've taken 1 hit, but that's not too shabby, and inflicted a good amount of damage on the enemy team. Alas, I bounce on the T-34-85 there, and that's just the nature of these guns, I'm afraid. Penetration of the IS-6 is a bit low. Couple that with... Ow, that one hurt. Couple that with decidedly dubious accuracy and aim time, and they really can troll you. Well, I took a hit there, probably from the IS, or possibly the IS-6, but I think it was the IS. I think he was the one with a shot. Managed to kill their T-34-85. There goes their IS, and suddenly we're 10 kills to 9, the better off. I probably should be aiming at the driver's hatch here, but that shot seemed to go into his lower plate as he pulled back. And if you heard that in the background, that was Loki sneezing. As he pulled back and just made the angle more favourable, but that one bounces. Oh, we just lost an Indian Panzer to their IS-6. So, let's push up and try and make this damage count. Shot on the rear of an IS-6. There we go. Bounce another shot. Ooh, there's their E-25. Actually quite a valuable target. But, you know, try and give this guy help. I don't even know. I'm trying for... No, lower plate. Oh, long-range shot on that IS-6 actually worked. Good lord, didn't see that one coming. Now, Mario was engaging them. He was asking for help, and I was trying to give him assistance there and managed to get in a couple of hits, but we just lost our Borsig. Coming over here. This is a stupid shot. I shouldn't be bothering with that. There we go. I get tracked and bounce some more shots, though. It's not too bad. But we are now 1 tank down. That pair of IS-6s, along with the E-25, is being a right nuisance, and here is the bad gun depression, or the not very good gun depression, being problematic. Trying to get shots on these fellows, but it's really quite difficult without exposing a large amount of my machine, so screw it, let's go for it. I take a hit, but the tracks eat it, and I put one into the IS-6. So So we've deflected an awful lot of damage so far this game. Interesting that both teams had a pair of IS-6s shot into that IS-6. Although Mario Bros is now on low health and we just lost our T-34 to that E-25, who is now sitting on 6 kills. That shot wasn't particularly good. It looks like I'm taking damage from that E-25. And that IS-6 is going to give us problems, as is that Type 59. No idea where the VK is. We just lost Mario. So it's me and our T-34 versus the last 2 tanks on the enemy team. And I'm getting fed up with this, so I load APCR. Now the APCR penetration on this tank is 217, which is really not fantastic. But hopefully it's enough to allow me to deal with the enemy IS-6. I don't quite know what I'm doing at the moment. I might be typing in chat, which is a terrible idea if I am. Oh, I seem to wake up again. Or maybe I had to do something. I'm not sure. Alright, so the Type 59 is coming up behind us. Our T-34 is absolutely no match for a Type 59. And I am now alone. And that one bounces. And that's the thing with this gun. It will bounce when you really need it to pull through and do something useful. Alright, lining up another shot, and we finally managed to take out the enemy IS-6, but we've got a Type 59 behind us, an E-25 to our side now. I'm not going to survive this. Oh, and I think we just found the VK. Put a shot into the E-25, and then we get taken down. That's the thing with the IS-6. The gun is just not reliable, alas. Now, as it turns out, we ended up getting a pretty good result. Have a look at the amount of damage dealt, and more to the point, the amount of damage that we blocked with our armour. And that tells you really what the IS-6 is kind of about. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that pair of games. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.